Grand Central Terminal. Grand Central Terminal holds the Guinness World Record for the most railway platforms of any station on Earth. 44 platforms serving 67 tracks, distributed across 2 underground levels beneath 48 acres of Midtown Manhattan. The upper level contains 30 tracks, of which 28 are in active passenger service. The lower level manages 26 tracks, with 13 in passenger service. Around 125,000 commuters travel through it on a standard working day, and approximately 67 million passengers used the terminal in 2018. The tracks sit entirely below street level, with the concourse positioned above them. The main concourse ceiling carries a painted celestial map, depicting the constellations in mirror image, oriented as they would appear viewed from outside the celestial sphere looking inward. Beneath the Waldorf Astoria Hotel, a siding designated Track 61 connects to the hotel's sub-basement via a specialized elevator rated to carry a full-size automobile from platform level to the building above. The terminal contains a tennis club, a public library branch, and a full-scale grocery market within its 48-acre footprint. The main hall floor is large enough to contain the hull of an ocean liner at full length. Howrah Junction. Howrah Junction operates 23 platforms across a dual-terminal complex on the west bank of the Hooghly River in West Bengal, India. Each platform runs between 650 and 700 meters in length. The station processes 600 passenger trains per day, of which 252 are classified as mail or express services, and records 1.8 million passenger movements in a standard 24-hour period. A 24th platform is currently under construction. The station is divided into an old complex, covering platforms 1 through 15, and a new complex spanning platforms 17 through 23. 10 of the platforms measure long enough to fit 2 standard American train lengths end to end. The building contains hotels, medical clinics, and beauty salons within its boundaries. 5 major trunk lines originate from Howrah, with routes extending to Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, and Guwahati. The Howrah Bridge, a cantilever span across the Hooghly River, sits directly adjacent to the station's eastern face. Gare du Nord. Gare du Nord, officially Paris Nord, records 206.7 million passenger movements annually and operates 32 tracks across mainline and underground levels. The station provides direct international rail connections to the United Kingdom, Belgium, Germany, and the Netherlands. The iron pillars supporting its vaulted roof were manufactured in Glasgow, Scotland, no French foundry in 1864 being capable of casting them at the required scale. The Beaux Arts stone facade carries 23 figurative statues. The tallest figures at the summit represent London, Amsterdam, Berlin, Vienna, Frankfurt, Cologne, and Warsaw. Smaller statues along the lower tier represent French provincial cities including Arras, Lille, and Douai. Tracks 3 through 6 form a self-contained zone with passport control booths, customs inspection areas, and a dedicated upper-level waiting hall embedded within the 19th century iron structure, serving Eurostar services to London St. Pancras. Below the mainline level, the Magenta RER station occupies a separate subterranean complex connected to the Gare du Nord by deep tunnels, carrying RER B and D services. A current expansion project will increase the station's total footprint to 2.5 times its present size. Roma Termini. Roma Termini records 500,000 passenger movements daily across 32 tracks and 29 platforms. The name derives from its proximity to the Thermae of Diocletian, the ancient Roman bath complex that faces the station across the Piazza dei Cinquecento. A group of platforms designated the Binari Est, covering tracks 25 through 29, sits approximately 500 meters from the main departures board. A further set of regional platforms on the station's Lazio side adds additional distance from the central concourse. The main roof is a cantilevered concrete structure extending across the primary hall in a continuous horizontal plane, referred to by Romans as the dinosaur. A below-grade level beneath the concourse contains 2 separate spa facilities and a shopping complex, positioned above ancient masonry, dating to approximately the 3rd century. The current building was begun in the 1860s, interrupted during the 1940s, and completed in 1950, placing modernist concrete and rationalist glass structures in direct adjacency to sections of the original Aurelian Wall. Frankfurt Hauptbahnhof. Frankfurt Hauptbahnhof contains 25 mainline platforms, of which 24 occupy a single continuous hall, spanning over 200 meters in width. A passenger standing at the far end of Platform 1 has an unobstructed sightline to Platform 24. The station records approximately 350,000 traveler movements per day and carries direct ICE services to Paris, Brussels, Amsterdam, and Vienna. 4 underground tracks below the main hall carry S-Bahn and U-Bahn services on a separate level. The station was inaugurated in 1888, its neo-Renaissance facade dating from that original construction period. An underground passage runs beneath all 24 platforms at mid-platform depth, connecting the full width of the station at sub-concourse level. All mainline trains entering Frankfurt Hauptbahnhof reverse direction to exit, as the station has no through tracks at mainline level. Leipzig Hauptbahnhof. Leipzig Hauptbahnhof covers 83,460 square meters of total floor area beneath 6 iron train sheds, recording the largest footprint of any railway station in Europe. Its facade runs 298 meters in length. The station operates 21 platforms, of which 19 sit above ground within the historic iron structure. On the day it opened in December 1915, it contained 26 parallel tracks. The building was constructed with 2 identical, symmetrical, domed entrance halls, the West Hall assigned to the Prussian State Railway and the East Hall assigned to the Royal Saxon State Railway. During a reconstruction program in the 1990s, the original concourse floor was removed, and 2 basement levels were excavated beneath the active train sheds, installing a commercial mall of over 140 retail units at sub-platform depth. A tunnel completed in 2013 connects the underground level to through running regional S-Bahn services passing beneath the station. The 83,460 square meters of floor area accommodates 12 full-size international football pitches measured side by side. Munich Hauptbahnhof. Munich Hauptbahnhof operates 32 above-ground terminal tracks and 8 underground lines and records, approximately 450,000 passenger movements per day. Track 22 measures 520 meters in length. The mainline level is divided into 3 physically separated zones. The central concourse covers tracks 11 through 26. The Starnberg Wing Station occupies tracks 27 through 36 to the north of the main hall. The Holzkirchen Wing Station covers tracks 5 through 10 to the south. Below the main building, the underground S-Bahn platforms at München Hauptbahnhof Tief are configured with separate boarding and alighting sides on each platform, with a scheduled train cycle of 1 movement every 120 seconds during peak hours. A second underground trunk line is under construction, with a scheduled opening in 2032. The station's 1960s entrance building was demolished as part of the trunk line construction project. Osaka Station. Osaka Station operates 11 above-ground platforms, serving 15 tracks on the second floor of a multi-story complex in the Umeda district of Kitaku, Osaka. 4 additional underground tracks opened on the northwest side of the complex in March 2023, serving the western terminus of the Osaka Higashi line at sub-street level. The Osaka and Umeda station complex, incorporating 6 adjacent stations operated by Hankyu, Hanshin, and the Osaka Metro subway system, records approximately 2.3 million passenger movements per day. A steel and glass domed roof spans across the platform level, and a 5th-floor bridge called Toki no Hiroba connects the North Gate building and the South Gate building above the tracks. The North Gate building rises 28 stories and contains a 12-floor shopping complex, a cinema, a sports facility, and terraced garden spaces on the 10th and 11th floors. The South Gate building contains a hotel, a medical clinic, and a department store occupying 17 floors. Shin Osaka Station, which serves Shinkansen traffic, sits 3 kilometers north and is 4 minutes from Osaka Station by JR Tokaido Main Line. Beijing Fengtai. Beijing Fengtai covers 400,000 square meters and operates 32 platforms and 32 tracks. At peak conditions, the station records 14,000 passenger movements per hour. The building occupies 2 separate deck levels. High-speed rail services run on the upper deck, positioned 20 meters above street level, and conventional and suburban services run at ground floor. Apertures are cut through the upper deck at regular intervals, carrying natural light from the roof down to the ground floor platform level. A railway has occupied the site since 1895, when the original Fengtai station opened as part of the Beijing-Zhangjiakou line. The current structure opened on June 20, 2022. During the construction period, the new building was erected over active rail lines using overhead structural supports, with train operations continuing at ground level below. The station's 400,000 square meters is approximately 5 times the floor area of Leipzig Hauptbahnhof. Shanghai Hongqiao. Shanghai Hongqiao covers 1.3 million square meters, operates 30 mainline tracks, served by 30 platforms, and records an average of 210,000 rail passenger movements per day across 762 daily train movements. Its construction consumed 80,000 tons of steel. The roof carries 20,000 solar panels across 61,000 square meters, generating 6.3 million kilowatt-hours of electricity annually, at a peak output of 6.68 megawatts. The station opened on July 1, 2010, at a total construction cost exceeding $2.3 billion. A passage at the B1 level connects the station to Terminal 2 of Shanghai Hongqiao International Airport, with the distance between rail platform and airline check encounter covering approximately 20 minutes of walking. The waiting hall at concourse level covers more than 10,000 square meters of open floor. In 2025, real-time flight departure and arrival data was added to the rail platform display boards alongside train departure information. The station connects to Shanghai Metro Lines 2, 10, and 17. Shinjuku Station. Shinjuku Station holds the Guinness World Record for the highest passenger throughput of any railway station on Earth, recording 3.59 million passenger movements on an average day and approximately 1.3 billion annually. The main complex and its directly connected underground stations together operate 52 platforms. The facility has more than 200 separate entry and exit gates. 5 independent railway operators run services through the complex: JR East, Odakyu, Keio, Tokyo Metro, and Toei, each with separate terminal facilities linked by underground passageways. During peak hours, trains arrive and depart from the JR East platforms at intervals of between 60 and 90 seconds. An underground arcade called the Metro Promenade runs at subsurface level, connecting the JR, Keio, and Toei platform zones. Each JR East platform at Shinjuku is assigned a unique audio melody, played as a departure chime. The station complex contains 2 bus terminals, multiple underground shopping malls, and department store buildings, including the Lumine and Odakyu retail complexes, integrated into the structure. A redevelopment project currently underway will add a 37-story structure to the complex, with completion scheduled for the late 2020s.